Good evening.
Good evening. I'm still working on sharing this out.
Yeah, I'm doing a little bit on my side too.
Yeah. This Facebook has changed a few things. Not too thrilled about it, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, maybe we'll get some comments. I got mine pulled up on my phone here, so see what comments pop up.
Uh,
So, for those of you just tuning in, we're going to be discussing the Royal Rumble 2026, which was this past Saturday. Had a few surprises, nothing way out of the ordinary. I was kind of disappointed on a couple of the entries. I was hoping there was going to be a couple people show up, excuse me, that didn't show up.
well, that's what happens when you get your hopes up. Leads to nothing but disappointment. But I'm going to say, as a whole, the event itself wasn't much of a disappointment. I enjoyed it, but I think I would have enjoyed it much better had they done certain things.
Yeah, all in all, it's a pretty good show. Wasn't too happy about where it was. Um, there was some social media posts hitting around about the women's Royal Rumble not being, uh, I guess, filled to capacity in the arena, but what I saw was pretty full.
Well, that's what I like when it comes to the Rumble. I like for it to fill up. I don't want like four, five, six people. I like it when it's full. But that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm talking about the crowd. You know, we were talking about the bunch of empty seats during the women's.
Oh, those LED lights.
Yeah,
Yeah, we. I noticed that on Friday night when they had SmackDown. It really looked like the entire stadium was empty. Um, that was kind of a bad. It's a cool effect. I like how they tied those lights in with the entrances and everything with the different colors. I like that. I thought that was cool. But the overall effect is that it makes everything look so empty.
yeah.
Um, and plus, I don't know how it was for the people that was sitting there, if those lights were blinding them or not.
I did see green shirt guy. He didn't have his regular seat. I saw a post where Logan Paul was ragging him about not being able to afford his regular seat. With
Well,
all
not happening in Saudi.
all the Saudi, I guess, royal family had the front seats on the other side. So
You know, the thing is, I'm watching the event, and not once did I think about Green Shirt Guy until afterward. And somebody posted a video of him signing autographs. Yeah. There was actually kids coming up asking him to sign autographs, and there were a bunch of empty seats around him.
I did see that. Now it wasn't like that the whole time because I remember seeing him during the match. Some of the matches where I caught a glimpse of him. I said, "Oh, there's green shirt guy on the other side." And
Yeah.
there were people next to him then.
Yeah, so like you said, there's probably royal family or VIPs that got first dibs. Because if you noticed, where he was sitting was not centered.
Mm-mm.
he was shifted off to the side. I think he might have been more lined up with the ring post.
But you think about it, I mean, he went all the way.
Well,
No, wait.
he wasn't the only one. The bearded guy was also out there, and he was sitting somewhere behind the announcers.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, he made the trip out there as well.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Um, what's even more crazy is how fast they got that stadium up. 30 days before the event, it was nothing but a dirt parking lot.
And they were in the process of tearing it down after the event.
If you ask me, I would say leave it up so that they could have WrestleMania there.
Well, they got more money they got since.
Yeah. So the temporary stadium was called the Riyadh Season Stadium um, at the King Abdullah Financial District, which, call it what it is, it's a parking lot.
Right.
But that's not the first time they've ever done anything like that. WrestleMania 9, when it was at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, it too was set up in the parking lot. Did you know that?
Caesar's Palace. No, I didn't.
When cause they kept when they were advertising the event, they said that they were going to transform the the Roman Colosseum into um, into the arena, which I thought, okay, inside, and it
Right.
turns out it was outside, and then I would find out years later that it was actually a parking lot. Um, let's let's see if I can find Caesar's Palace. Okay, let's see if I can do this here. All right. So here is Caesar's Palace. This uh, that's about the best we're gonna get. There we go. So the original front of Caesar's Palace is right here. Here are the fountains. This here used to be the driveway
Hmm.
on either side. You came in here and you exited here. And here's the front of Caesar's Palace. Here is the um, Coliseum Theater. This is what I thought they were transforming for WrestleMania. But it turns out it was actually built here, as I understand it. This was where WrestleMania was at.
Okay.
Um, a long time ago, I found a photo. Somebody had an aerial photo from way over here somewhere, shooting out this way, and you could see the people on the highway and everything, and the big crowd. It was a huge crowd. WrestleMania was, but this was where WrestleMania 9 was at. Now the King Abdullah Financial District. I think was right here.
And there, that would make sense. Big empty parking lot.
Yeah. Let me.
Is that my house?
Huh?
I said, was that my house?
Yeah. Because I was trying to calculate the distance from your house to the Robert Johnson Crossroads.
I got you.
So okay, so I recognize this big tall building right here. So yeah, this was where they had the Royal Rumble. Um, they had the set, the stage, which the stage was incredible. Um, that was probably the best stage I had ever seen. It was incredible. So the stage be right here, and the wrestlers are going out this way.
Hmm.
So um, attendance has not been officially released, but it's been estimated about 25,000, which I thought there would have been more, especially for that event. Um, and during the pre-show, they apparently had two dark matches, which they never have dark matches anymore. One was the Wyatt Six, Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy beating Solo Sokoa. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Sequoia. Solo Sokoa and Tamatanga, which made no sense to me um, for Solo because he was going to be in the Rumble. They could have had Tala Tonga or JC Mateo or Tonga Loa. They could have had one of those guys so that Solo didn't have to do double duty like Gunther did.
Well, he wasn't in there very long.
No, he wasn't, but still, that's kind of beside the point. Because I don't know how it is for them, but for me, if I'm done with my match, I want to hit the shower and get into regular clothes.
Yeah.
Because he had to sit and wait like 4 hours to get out there. And the other match was the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin teaming up with Shinsuke Nakamura, and they defeated Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Grayson Waller. And the thing that I didn't like was that Kofi wasn't in the Rumble because he's like top three, I think, in Rumble appearances.
He always has a pretty good showing whenever he's in there.
Used to. Then then he's it started backfiring on him and he stopped. Um, but I was Grayson Waller in the Rumble too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there, but they had their reasons. Um, so normally we would go in order. We would be talking about the women's rumble and then the retirement match, then the world title match, and then the men's rumble. But tonight we're going to do it a little differently. We're going to start off with basically the best match of the night. I think. AJ Styles versus Gunther. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, we're going to go with that. Best match, it was pretty good. Towards, I didn't care for the ending part of it. Seems like it's just a repeat of what we've already seen.
Having said that, that kind of makes me worried about Gunther because he, if he keeps doing this, he's going to wind up in the same boat as John Cena, where he only does three moves.
Right.
And right now, he's doing the sleeper hold. He's doing the chops.
It's just getting repetitive. It's like an old, newer version of Hogan. Where you're ending the match pretty much the same way, regardless of all the you know mixed in moves to the ending, because it's the same ending. Um, I wanted to say, didn't he? I think there was a possible botcher at one point in time where Styles might have slipped. If I'm thinking right, was that
Not
in this match?
not that I recall.
I may be thinking of another match he was in.
I don't really recall any mistakes except for in the Rumble. Um, but I do know that AJ got cut up pretty good.
Hmm. He was
Half,
bleeding on his arm.
yeah. Um, I kept watching it over and over to try to figure out where he got cut, and I'm pretty sure that is when he got slammed into the ring post because I
I
kept
was
watching his arm when he was thrown onto the announce table, and his arm never hit. But immediately after, Gunther whipped him into the post, and his arm kind of got wedged in there. And I wonder if his skin got pinched really bad where the panels meet, and it cut him pretty deep, cut him pretty good. Because if you notice, he falls back, he immediately goes
to
to
his
that
arm.
his arm, and you can see where it's all pale white, where it looked like it got pinched.
That may be. I'd have to go back and watch it. Trying to think of what was going on. I was at work Saturday, so I was having to watch it in pieces because of work uh, stuff going on.
Yeah, you ended up disappearing. I think right after the women's match, the women's rumble.
Yeah, it was right when this match was fixing to start. Whenever I had to leave, and I came back because me and you were watching together. Because
Yeah,
we had called each other and was kind of figure out what the time frame was, where we were, how much we were in sync, and we were pretty close.
yeah. I think I was
And
1 second ahead of you, which I'm not used to because I'm used to being behind everybody. But I ended up leaving right before that match anyway. I went to Dad's house. I wanted to get his mail because I didn't want him trying going down. He's got a steep driveway and there's snow and ice everywhere, and I did not want him to take a chance. And he was working over there, all real tired, and he hadn't eaten anything, so I made him sit down and fixed him some food. So that's why when I got back to the house, the match was almost over.
yeah, I got to watch. I got to pick back up and almost caught up, and then we had something else go on, and yeah, it was just a fiasco with my stuff trying to watch it all and enjoy it.
Yeah.
all at the full time. But yeah,
Well, when you're at the
it
firehouse, it
was.
can happen in a second's notice.
Yeah, I'm just glad with a streaming service now I can pause and I can go back and watch instead of like the old days when if you just missed it, you just missed it
Yeah.
unless you were recording it.
And plus, you can skip over all the advertisements.
Yeah.
Um, so going into this match, AJ had just had a match with Shinsuke Nakamura, a really good match. Um, and it was actually the kind of match that they should have had at WrestleMania. Um,
Was that at Saturday Night's main event?
yes,
Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one. I didn't get to see that match.
that match was more in line with their Japanese style that they were told they could not do when they had their WrestleMania match, which is why that match was kind of lackluster. So this time around, they were allowed to do what they wanted to do. And Shinsuke had put a thing on, I think, on Instagram where AJ had told him that he was finishing up at the Rumble, and then he quickly deleted that post. But by then, it was already too late. People
We're already knowing.
already knew it, screenshotted it. People are vultures. They are quick.
I really like Shinsuke. He was one of those that I really didn't like for a long time, but over the past year or so, I've really gotten to enjoy watching his matches and all.
It seems like he's become a little more free,
Hmm.
be able to do what he likes to do. Uh, I think Vince probably put a leash on a lot of things.
Yeah.
But with Gunther and AJ, I hate that AJ went out like that with Gunther. It wasn't a it wasn't a bad match. It was a good match, but I think that AJ could have had a better match with somebody like Shinsuke.
Hmm.
I think that would have been the better way to go. Um, but I get the whole thing because Gunther is now being called the career killer. That is three people he's retired already in 6 months.
And I think we discussed this on text and all, but I think the storyline is going to eventually lead to Gunther and uh, Orton, Randy Orton, wrestling.
Yeah, I think so too.
Legend killer versus career killer, and
Yeah,
then he's liable to put, at some point in time, uh, make Randy put up his retirement.
Gunther's name is being thrown around for a lot of people that are close to retirement. Randy, Rey Mysterio, but Ray has already said he wants Dominic for the last match.
I think that is a uh, fitting retirement match for Ray.
Yeah,
Um,
he wants Dominic, and he wants it in Mexico.
really.
Yeah. WWE has already stated that they will have a PLE in Mexico, and that will probably end up being when Ray retires. But right now, they're saying Ray's hurt, but I think that might be more towards storyline there.
Yeah.
He just came back from having that pulled groin. Um, Brock Lesnar, John Cena had said something about Brock Lesnar finishing up at SummerSlam this year, and SummerSlam is in Minneapolis.
He needs to go ahead and retire.
Well, he's 48 now, I think. Yeah, he's 48. He'll By the time SummerSlam comes around, he'll be 49.
Yeah, he needs to. I mean, it's nice to see him pop out there once in a while, but his move set is just garbage now. It's the same old, same old.
Yeah, has been for a few years now.
You know, with him and Cena fought, that was just garbage match. And then
That
he showed up
that was what Cena wanted. That kind of a match.
just to be decimated.
Yeah, he basically wanted a SummerSlam style match where Brock destroys him because Brock is coming back and Cena's on his way out, and so it was his idea for Brock to dominate him like that.
It was a horrible match, in my opinion. But him showing up at the Rumble,
It was a
huh?
it was a bad event.
Yeah,
WrestlePalooza.
yeah. I hope they don't do that again.
I hope not either.
But he come out, and I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but he comes into the Royal Rumble, and it was just Suplex City all over the place. It was like this is just garbage.
It was, but it's Brock. It's Brock. So, so what I did like was after the match, Gunther leaves and AJ has the ring. He gets a standing ovation and he teases the whole putting the gloves down, and then he puts him back on and does his thing. Um, he starts going up the ramp and then he comes back to the ring and hits the corners before finally
Walking.
the night.
So I figure, they haven't done a whole lot of announcements on the WrestleMania thing, but I figure he'll put him in this year.
Mm, is in your opinion, do you think AJ would be on the level of being a headliner?
Uh, Probably not. I think Cena is going to be the headliner.
Stephanie's going to be the headliner this year.
Do you think they're going to wait till next year for Cena?
He'll be in Saudi.
So they'll put Cena on there next year and AJ next year.
Maybe AJ this year, maybe. Because Stephanie was the first one announced, and that automatically makes her the headliner.
You think?
Yeah. Who's going to go over Stephanie when it comes to the Hall of Fame?
I mean, easily Cena could.
Uh,
He's
uh,
bigger than she
yeah,
is.
he could, unless Stephanie says she doesn't want to be the headliner.
To me, I would put Cena, her, and AJ all on the same card. You got a major card there of
Yeah, that's a
retirement,
card.
huh?
That's a stacked card.
Yeah. Um,
Oh wow, that was loud.
it wasn't loud on my end. Thought I had it turned down.
I was going to say you're supposed to have it turned down.
Thought I had it turned down. Oh. But anyway, yeah. I mean, they got to start throwing these names out if they're gonna get them out there. I didn't see anything on Raw Monday night, as far as announcement wise.
They used to wait about 2 weeks after the Rumble. But if you remember last year, they didn't start announcing anybody until about a month before Mania.
Yeah.
And then it was like, boom, they started rushing all these names in.
Yeah, we've still got we still got Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
So, my opinion, I don't really know how they're going to go with the whole. No, I guess we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Yeah. AJ is definitely deserving of a Hall of Fame. I just wonder about his status. It does. Is it? Is he enough to be a headliner? That's the thing that I wonder. I would have liked to have seen him headline WrestleMania
Yeah,
because
I would, I would have liked to seen him win the championship before retirement.
well, he had the tag titles.
I'm talking about the world heavyweight champion
Well, yeah,
championship.
yeah, that would have been nice.
I think him and CM Punk would have been a damn good match
Uh, they had a match.
for at WrestleMania.
Oh, well, yeah, that would have been a good. They had a good match going on Raw until um,
Was Braun and them come out?
I don't even remember. Somebody came out and ruined
I
it.
came out and interfered.
Yeah, somebody came out and interfered. And no,
That's right.
Finn came out.
I kind of like what they're doing with Finn. They're kind of getting him, you know, kind of away from the Judgment Day. We've been talking about that for quite a while about him leaving Judgment Day and all.
They've been teasing it with all the. Well, look how long it took them with Finn and Damien,
Hmm.
and now look how long it's been for Finn and Dominic. So, yeah, I think eventually it's really going to come down to Judgment Day splitting, and it'll be Finn and JD versus Dominic, Liv. Raquel's going to go on her own.
Hmm.
Um,
I see Raquel and Liv having that split there. Wherever Roxanne Perez falls, who knows? So maybe the point of where the Judgment Day is fixing to completely disband.
I thought that's what they were going to do when um, Damien and Rhea left.
Yeah.
And then there was a whole thing of where, okay, Damien and Rhea should have kept the Judgment Day name instead of the other guys because they were the original members of Judgment Day. And like, oh, how I can so kind of relate to that. But I'm not going to get into that. But AJ and Gunther had a great match. I believe that it from a fan's perspective, it would have been better for him to have his last match against somebody like Shinsuke or somebody from TNA.
It'd have been hard to have somebody from TNA come in and beat him.
Uh, somebody who's already in WWE that used to be in
I
TNA.
got
Yeah,
you. I got
like, like, not necessarily Joe Hendry, but Leon Slater. That one would have been a good match. So, but to me, I think that was probably match of the night. Although I always prefer the Rumble, but I think for the significance behind it, this was one of AJ's biggest matches.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was like I said, it was a good match up until the ending. I didn't really care for the ending, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to Drew McIntyre defending the WWE Championship against Sami Zayn.
I really thought Sammy was going to pull this one off in Saudi. I thought they were going to hand him over the reins, even if it was for just a little while.
Yeah.
I think it'd have been fitting spot. But then after towards like in the middle of the match, I got to thinking, I was like, they haven't said anything about his family. They haven't showed him over, at ringside or anything. I was like, he ain't winning this.
Yeah, I don't. And plus, I don't think they were going to take the title off of Drew this early. He had just won it a couple weeks ago. Um, and Drew is long overdue for an extended run with the title because what he did during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time for him to have that run. Um, but I really believe that they are saving Sammy for the Rumble win next year and winning the title at WrestleMania next year because it's in Saudi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be it.
And they were really pushing the whole 11 matches thing that they've had, and Sammy has won zero. And now here it's 12-0. So what if, let's say Drew holds the title until WrestleMania next year? Not likely, but it's plausible. Drew has the title till next year. Sammy wins on their 13th fight. Sammy finally gets the Duke.
You have a lot of story time between now and then.
Oh yeah, Drew can fight whoever throughout the year.
And even if he loses it and gains it back
He could, yeah,
before then,
yeah. Um,
it'd be to me it might be better for somebody from the bloodline like uh, Solo, Solo and Sammy. But you'd have to do a lot of different stuff in the storyline wise for Solo to have a title. Uh,
yeah, well, didn't Sammy beat Solo for the U.S. title?
hmm I
That's
think
what I
so.
thought. So there's already a history there. But what if Sammy does a thing with Jay? Because they're teasing that heel turn.
You talking about Jimmy and Jay?
Yeah, they're teasing that heel turn for Jay.
I wonder where Jimmy was. I know he was at home, but I wonder why he didn't.
There, there
Is
was
he?
there
He's
was
not able to
rumor that,
travel.
huh?
Is he not able to travel to Saudi?
Well, he was overseas in one of those countries because it's like the first week or the second week he was over there. Um, but there's a rumor that there was some kind of concern with Naomi and the pregnancy, and that's why Jimmy was there. Um, Nothing has been put out officially, but who knows? Unless Jimmy didn't want to go to Saudi, which is always possible.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I think. Well, Sammy wasn't on Raw 2 days ago,
Mm-mm.
so I I think they're gonna kind of run this a little bit where he's disappointed and probably go through like a depression period for a few months, and then finally, let's say after 6 months, finally he starts getting that giddy up and starts building the momentum. Wins the Rumble. He goes on to WrestleMania to win the title.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, because he's always talking about how he's the underdog, which in a way he is, but the underdog doesn't always win the match. Um, but no, I think this that would be the way to go for him is have him be, oh, woe is me, all depressed and everything. I can't do this. I can't do that. Sort of like what Vader did. Do you remember that match with Vader and Kane when Kane first came out?
Uh,
Um, I want to say it was the No Way Out, the pay per view after the Rumble. Kane beat Vader, and then there was a ringside interview with Vader, and he's saying he can't do anything right. He's nothing but a big piece of shit.
I'm the first time I saw Kane was, of course, when he came out. Ripped the cage door off of Hell in a Cell and
Right.
attacked Booker.
That was October '97, and then it was Kane and Vader February of '98.
I think that time period I wasn't watching as much as I normally would. So that was probably a period when I wasn't watching. When I started really getting into it again, uh, well, matter of fact, it was the that had just happened when I started kind of watching it again, uh, getting excited about watching wrestling again, and it was the whole Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels was that WrestleMania was fixing to happen with Mike Tyson and all that. That's
Uh,
when I really got into it.
oh no, 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 no! I am wrong. Um, Kane and Vader did fight at No Way Out February 1998, but Kane pinned him and then struck him with the okay. I remember that now. He struck him with the wrench, and then EMT had to wheel Vader out on a gurney.
I I vaguely remember that.
Well, we did a review of that show. Remember?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Yeah,
Yeah, we did a review of that show. I think that was the first review we did.
that was it Nigel?
Uh,
Nigel that asked us there, or was that other guy that said he wasn't going to watch us no more?
it was that, and then he came back and reviewed and requested another show.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Why I don't know what did we do to piss in his Cheerios.
Nick, his name was Nick.
Hey, shout out to Nick.
Yeah, not the Nick that we know.
No, not.
So that's what I see happening with Sammy. Um, the match was good. I enjoyed it, and like you, it really seemed like, oh wow, Sammy is going to win this thing. Um,
It went back and forth, back and forth. Had some great move sets in there. High high impact stuff too. It was like really good.
yeah, and now that I think about it, I think this was probably the better match than AJ and Gunther because Gunther relied so much on the same moves. These two guys did not. So I may have to change my
Change. which one was better.
Yeah.
If I'd had to pick, if I think back, if I'd have had to pick the winner of said matches, I would have picked AJ to win, and I would have picked Sammy to win. So I'd be 0-2 right now. Now, as far as the Rumble goes, the women's, I kind of figured that's the outcome.
There was no one else.
The
There
men,
was.
the men's, I was. They could easily went to two or three different ones.
Yeah.
Um,
For me, I'm 3-1. I picked three winners and one lose, and my pick to win the men's rumble did not win. Although Roman was my number two pick, I think. Um,
I figured when the Braun thing happened, because that was going to be as like, all right, this is who's going to wind up winning, and I think they probably changed their mind.
Hello, Nikki.
Hey, Nikki. I think they changed their mind in say within the past 2 weeks of who was going to wind up winning uh, at the Rumble due to a change in storyline.
Yeah. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. Let's save that for last because there's a lot to talk about in the men's rumble. Um, but I think in the case of Drew and Sammy, the right one won.
I was still like, yeah, I can see storyline. It's like who I want to win, and I gotta, go back onto the Marks part of it. Like, what's better for business right now?
Yeah.
Definitely Drew keeping it for a little while longer
Yeah.
definitely works better storyline wise.
I would have loved for Sammy to win. I really would have. Um,
Because it's been so close so many times.
yeah. Oh, I really thought he was going to beat Roman when it was him and Roman that one night.
Yeah, me too.
Uh, I I felt like maybe if anybody who deserved to end Roman would have been Sammy, not Cody. Cody was pushed on us. He was kind of forced on us in that.
Well, and I wanted him to go ahead and finish that story. You know, and he did. It was a damn good match, especially the ending. The ending was exciting.
Was, but going into it, I wasn't excited about it. The second match, I was not excited about it.
It was just that whole story writing of both nights was damn good.
Yeah, it was. It was. Okay, let's go to the women's Rumble match. This one actually kicked off
The show.
the show. Um, and did we talk about? We did talk about who we thought would start one and two. And for the life of me, I cannot remember who I thought was going to be one and two.
We thought it was going to be Becky and AJ Lee.
Yes, and AJ wasn't even in the match.
Nope. That was disappointing. I mean, they just signed her to a contract not long ago, a few months back,
Yeah,
and they're
because
not using it.
she had never been in a Rumble match. Now I wonder if they kept her out of that um, so that they don't aggravate the injuries in her neck.
Could be.
Uh, but they did something totally unique, and they actually copied from the video game. from the 2K games
Hmm.
when when you play the Rumble game and you select like the friends or the teams options. If you start off a Rumble match with two members of the same team, they will not fight. They will kind of walk around the ring. They would do their poses to the fans and wait on that third entrant to come in. That's basically what Charlotte and Alexa did,
Hmm.
although they teased each other. But
Yeah.
and I thought that was a great way to start off. They basically replicated the video game.
And see, I don't ever remember, to my knowledge, a Rumble starting off like that, where you got two are in there and they're waiting for the third one to come in before they even start doing anything.
Never. Starting off, never. In the middle of the Rumble, they have.
It's a lot easier to do it like that because you got other people to beat on.
Right. Um, but I loved the way that they started it off. It was that something different. And then to me, one of the pleasant surprises, Kiana James coming out. I thought for sure she was going to be a quick elimination.
Was that the one in the white or the silver?
It's in like the black and white,
Hmm.
um, like
Checkered.
yeah,
Yeah.
checkerboard,
Yeah.
and she stays out there for almost a half hour.
Yeah. She stayed out there a good bit.
Mhm.
Um,
And she even lifted up Nia Jax and did a Samoan drop on her.
the one, of course, I'm biased. The one I enjoyed the most out of, I'll say from the NXT style was So Ruka.
Yes.
I really think that they're fixing to push her up into the main roster.
The rumor going around right now is right after WrestleMania, she's going to
Uh,
be put up. I think they need to have her on WrestleMania.
yeah, they could put her and her tag partner or whatever her name is.
Zaya.
Yeah, because they're having issues on NXT.
Yeah,
You know, she said,
did you watch that last night?
I didn't watch it, but I saw the highlight where she with the Soul Snatcher on her.
Yeah. Um, yes, Zaya is definitely turning heel.
Hmm.
Um, but
They
yeah,
just won some award,
huh?
best tag. They just won some tag team award, best tag team
Yeah,
or the tag team of the year.
um, yeah, something like that. This,
I saw a video of them holding there was a golden ring bell is what it looked like.
uh, it- okay, yeah, they won. Yep, tag team of the year.
So I see them splitting, and Soul's going to come on over to the main roster, which is, gosh, dog, if she doesn't get hurt, she's,
I really thought she was going to move up to the main roster after she healed up from her injuries while she was double champion.
yeah. Um, and they're speculating, she didn't win, they didn't win the tag titles because they're fixing to split them up and she's fixing to move on to
Yeah.
the main roster.
Well, now they got this really interesting concept where it's Soruka and Zaya taking on Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray. It's a tag match, but whoever gets the pinfall is going to take on JC Jane for the NXT Women's title.
I did see that. Um,
So that's an interesting concept where whoever gets the win gets the title shot.
so here's my theory. Soul wins, gets the pin, and then she gets double crossed and winds up losing it.
Or so does the Soul Snatcher, goes for the pin, and Zarya breaks it up.
That can happen.
Yeah, I absolutely see that happening.
I would much rather like the turn right then. You do the heel turn right during the championship match,
Yeah.
and then she doesn't have the title, and then they have a little feud, and then maybe they have that feud at WrestleMania, and then Soul goes on to the main roster.
Yeah, well, Soul is long overdue.
Yeah,
She is just incredible, and she lasted 50 minutes and 47 seconds, and she wasn't even the Iron Woman.
mm
Um, and she made that outfit that she was wearing. She made it basically last minute.
really.
Yeah, apparently she had something else, and there was some kind of miscommunication over what she was originally told could be on her outfit, and then she was told it couldn't be on the outfit. So she bought everything except for the pants from Amazon, and got the pants from somewhere else. I don't remember. There's a TikTok video of her doing all the work.
Really, I'm about to look that up. I know I saw Liv on TikTok picking
Yeah,
some shoes out.
yeah. She did all the sewing. She did the pressing of the numbers and the name on her shirt. Um, and that was the thing. I was concerned about the shirt because when you're moving around so much, your shirt's going to ride up and it could come untucked. But it never did. So I wonder if the shirt that she had was really like a bathing suit.
hmm That's
And
what I would guess. It's probably connected at the bottom. So
because it never once rode up, not that I saw. Because I kept waiting on that to happen. I'm thinking, oh, she's going to get in so much trouble. Um, it was nice seeing Lola Vice come in. She didn't last a whole long time. Um, I like seeing Maxine in there, although she really should have spent a lot more time.
I agree. I like seeing her stay in there a lot longer. Chelsea Green as well. Um,
Uh, she was in there for 8.5 minutes.
yeah, that ain't long enough. I like Chelsea.
Yeah, I like Chelsea. How'd you like that save? Um, that out of the fire.
Oh yeah, yeah. She was standing on her back.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was cool.
I like that. Um,
Did you see the Soul Ruka where she almost went out and she hooked it? I think her and Bailey were tying up, and then she grabbed she was holding on by her legs,
yeah,
hanging over, and then she lifted herself back up in the ring.
yeah, she did that sit up.
Yeah,
Yeah, she almost lost it there.
yeah. I thought she was fixing to be out.
Yeah, because Bailey kind of had to catch her.
Yeah, and of course I guess somebody else saw and they come over and kind of interrupted Bailey, and
Yeah,
that way she could get back in the ring.
but I like that sequence where Soul was on her feet Bailey tried to trip her, so she jumped on her hands and then she jumped back on her feet. I like that sequence there.
That's when she tripped Bailey, wasn't it? Ow.
Uh, well, Bailey hadn't gotten into the ring yet. This is when Bailey was making her entrance, and she come around to the front of the ring and did that whole thing with Soul, and Soul almost lost it and fell to the floor. And speaking of falling to the floor, Becky Lynch gets eliminated, lands on her butt. My feet didn't touch. My feet didn't touch.
Yeah.
Referee shaking his head. Nope, you gotta go.
I figured she'd throw some stuff on Instagram and all that, but
She's been posting like crazy.
I was not eliminated, blah, blah, blah. I'm having my lawyers talk to, which is, I like that. I like that, getting on social media and
Yeah,
extending your character, in more ways than just on the show.
she is so good as a heel.
She is.
Yeah,
Um,
they finally found something that worked because they tried turning her heel once before, and instead she turned into Stone Cold Steve Austin.
yeah. How'd you like the Bellas?
I was happy to see Brie back. I was so glad to see her back. I know that when Nikki came back, she said she wants to have one more run with Brie. So I had a feeling that okay, Rumble time, Brie comes back, and when her music started, the fans went nuts. She might have had the biggest
Big.
reaction of the night.
I agree. Uh, Tiffany was good, but it wasn't. To me, it wasn't near as big as Breeze.
To, she was a disappointing surprise. Um, I have nothing against Tiffany, nothing at all. But we were so sure that we were getting Paige back.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Is like this is going to be good. It's going to be a big ass pop, and then it's Tiffany. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, shit.
it it's sort of like back in 2014 when everybody wanted Daniel Bryan to come out, and Rey Mysterio came out, and the fans just booed everything from that point on.
Yeah.
Um, and it's not a knock on Ray, just like with Tiffany, it's not a knock on her. But when she came out instead of Paige, to me that was a disappointment.
Hmm. Well, and the same way with the men's. With number 30 coming out there, it's like, I forgot about him. Shit.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Another highlight for me was Kyrie Sane accidentally eliminating Asuka.
See, I didn't see that when it happened, but I saw the video of Asuka mistreating her. Eventually, that's gonna, she's gonna get tired of it. She's
Yeah,
gonna
she
get on
is.
Asuka. It's
She
coming.
um, Raquel did really well. She was in there for 35 minutes. Lash Legend was in there for almost 40 minutes. Um, Lash is doing really well.
Yeah, she did really good. She had a good showing, uh,
She
and
had the most
showed her
eliminations.
do what,
She had the most eliminations for the win.
and her
And
in ring, yeah, her in ring skills and all that stuff was really good
yeah,
while she was in there.
and the way she was eliminating people, the way that she eliminated Io Sky, Io was hanging on her leg, and
Yeah.
she basically heeled kicked her in the face. And then when she eliminated Charlotte, she basically just scooted her off the apron.
Hmm.
Um, Lash is going to end up, I think, is going to end up being one of the upper tiers.
I'd like to see her and Jade eventually tie into it. Now, of course, we all thought that Bianca was going to show. I figured she would be number 30, more close to it.
Yep, that was another disappointment. So that says that she's still having problems with her finger, and the way that it sounds is that her finger was broken in multiple places, and that is having a hard time healing, which is baffling because she came in at SummerSlam as a referee. I, I get why they did that, but holy cow, that was risky. And I
Well,
wonder if that aggravated it to the point where she couldn't come back yet.
could have. She could have re-injured it. During that match, and if it's broken in multiple places, that means you got to have some surgery and some pins and all that stuff put in.
Probably.
Um, because you know, you can't just buddy tape that and make it right.
Right.
Um, I've had I've had a broken thumb before, and all they did was put a splint on it. But I mean, there's only so much you can do, and
I
she may be in a cast depending on where it's broken at.
let's see. I think she had that metal splint on her finger when she was the referee. I actually had temporarily lost the tip of my middle finger. Um, I don't know if you can you see the scar?
Yeah, yeah, I kind of see it.
I went. I was 8 years old, and my grandma was riding one of those three-wheel bicycles with the basket on the back. You know, I was on roller skates and I was holding on to the basket, and she was just rolling me all over the place. Uh, and there was something dangling underneath the basket. I went to reach for it, and my finger got caught by the sprocket and went all the way through the sprocket.
Oh,
It was bad. I remember holding my finger like this and seeing the tip of my finger floating in the blood.
shit!
Yeah, I can still vividly see that, and they were able to sew my finger back on.
You got lucky there.
I did get lucky, yeah.
You
Um,
know, my miter saw accident is healing up pretty good on my hand.
oh, man, you should have lost your hand on that one.
I should have lost my thumb area. I should have lost because it cut from here. Let's see, it cut from here, and the spoke cuts stopped right around in here, right, right in here. It would have took this whole piece off.
Yeah, so that's like 10 times worse than mine.
And I mean, it didn't cut anything, tendons or anything. Just cut meat. I got like
Got extremely
extremely, extremely lucky. Yeah,
lucky, yeah. Um,
I'd be walking around like this,
yeah.
and I did that to somebody because it was still swollen and had stitches and all around there, and my hand was also. What happened to your hand? I was like, and I went like this. It's like, oh my god! I was like, what happened to your finger? I was like, oh, you mean that?
Um, it seemed like for a lot of these girls, they didn't get a very big reaction. Like maybe the audience didn't know who quite a few of them, especially the NXT ones. Um, and maybe a few others, but I do know that Rhea got a big reaction. Brie was huge. Um, let's see who else. Oh, Natty comes out in this new persona now. Instead of being Natalie, she comes out as Natty.
Yeah,
Um, comes out now as a badass.
and I see her. I see them having their little feud. It ain't over
No,
by no means.
absolutely not.
I'd
Uh,
like to see some kind of gimmick match between them at WrestleMania. Some
with
kind of hardcore dungeon match.
Natty and Maxine,
Yeah.
well, we could. Natty did train Maxine in the dungeon, or
Hmm.
new dungeon, I should say, not the original dungeon.
Right.
So
Sorry, I keep moving back and forth. My back is really hurting.
I fully understand that.
It's like I can't get comfortable in one position.
Yeah. Well,
I'm comfortable.
sometimes these chairs that we sit in are not the best.
No, I actually wanted a gaming chair for a long time, but after talking to folks, it's like gaming chairs are very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, um, I had recently got Dad had bought a new desk chair for me. Um,
That's what I've got. I got a cheap desk chair.
yeah. Well, this one here,
I mean, it's wore out.
I bought this like 3 years ago, and already the seat is so flat. Um,
Hurt your, hurt your butt bone.
yeah, I've actually been sitting on this for a few weeks. It's a nice foam memory thing. It's nice. Um, it helps out, but before that, Dad saw this advertisement for a desk chair for $99.
Hmm.
He said something to me about it, and I was like, "Well, I do need a new desk chair." So the next day, he went and got it. I was actually mad at him because we had just gotten done having that hellacious snowstorm. Um, so he brought it to me, and I put it together, and I sat down in it. Holy cow, that chair was worse than this one was. It was like sitting down on a rubber mat.
Goodness. Yeah, this one, there's no real back support on it. It's just, it's just rough.
Well, back support, mine comes out. It used to be a wedged in with two wooden blocks. One of those wooden blocks fell off at the bottom, so now this thing rides down, and I have to keep pulling it up. I What we need are the expensive like executive chairs.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. It's like, but I can't spend $700 on a dang chair that doesn't recline back.
You know, I had actually found. Let me see. Okay, this might be the one I'm thinking of. There was a website that was selling desks and chairs and everything. I had actually found an office desk, $14,000.
Say that again.
$14,000.
For a chair.
No, desk.
Oh, okay. It's like, but still, that's a hell of a lot of money for a
Yeah,
freaking
it
desk.
wasn't just a typical desk. It was like wood carvings and everything. I want to say it was mahogany.
That's why.
But yeah, it was very expensive. And I'm thinking, holy cow, people actually spend money on this? But anyway, let's get back to the Rumble. So, um, Zelina Vega, she didn't get much of a reaction at all. Um, Candice LeRae didn't really get a reaction. Ivy Nile didn't get a reaction. Um, I don't think Julia did. Yeah, there's several of them that didn't really get a reaction from the audience, like the audience had no clue who they were.
Yeah. We was also hoping that oh, what's her name? Uh, the one that went out with a knee injury last year.
Zoe Stark.
Zoe Stark. I was hoping that she would pop back in.
Yeah, we were hoping for. I really like Zoe. I know we were hoping for Zoe, Bianca, Paige, AJ. Um, I actually had.
I
See,
expected Michelle McCool to pop back in because I think they were talking about her doing one more run.
yeah, she is not exactly real popular right now with the fans. That is.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so of the women, the ones that I initially predicted, this is before they announced anything. I had Bianca Belair, B Fab, Mishan, Tiffany Stratton, Kendall Gray, and Calix as getting into the Rumble. And if you're not familiar with who Calix is, that is Jessica Carr wrestling under a mask.
Okay. I eventually want to see her and Becky Lynch tie into it.
I think we will. I think we will. Um, yeah. So, but right now, BFAB, oh no, yeah, BFAB and Meechin are both injured. They were injured back in December in matches with Jade. Um, right now, I'm not high on Jade versus Lash. I think right now I'd rather see Lash and Rhea.
Yeah, that'd be a good match.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. Jade has the look. She has the aura. She really does. But I am still not a fan of her. She has improved. I'll give her that. But I'm still not a fan of her in the ring yet. Not yet. But she has gotten better. I will say that.
Well, she had to get better. I mean,
Yeah.
we couldn't go down much.
So now, and for me, it was Liv Morgan all the way. If Liv didn't win, then it would have been Alexa. Those are the
Oh,
two that I could see winning. But all the way through, Liv to me was really the only option.
well, with Liv being there, if Bianca would have showed up, I would have. Yeah,
She was actually the predicted winner. when they were doing bets and everything, Bianca
Liv,
actually had the highest odds.
really. Yeah, Liv just makes better sense storyline wise. Now, she's not going after Jade. That just be that just be dumb writing to me. And I think Liv is going to go for Valkyr, and I think um, Raquel is going to wind up screwing Liv.
Yeah, there's definitely something going to be happening because Liv did eliminate Raquel, um, and Raquel had a hell of a showing.
Hmm.
And then did you catch what happened on Monday night?
I did, but I'm trying to remember.
Well,
I know they had words back and forth a little bit.
yeah, they had words, and then Raquel had her match with Stephanie. She wanted Liv to stay
Oh
in,
yeah, yeah, that's right.
and then Liv eventually did come out. She grabbed the title and gave it to Raquel, but it ended up being a distraction, and Stephanie won the match.
Now, Stephanie and Raquel, not to switch the gear, but Stephanie and Raquel had a damn good match
Did.
the other night.
And the whole time I kept thinking Raquel was going to lose her shirt. When she came out, I'm thinking, okay, she's definitely not dressed to wrestle, so they're not going to have the match. And then out comes Stephanie. I was like, is that shirt going to stay on? It did. But I was really worried she was going to lose that shirt.
I was. Did you catch the ending of it where she went through the table but didn't really go through the table? You know, it just broke and she slid off and it fell over and
Yeah,
and they're getting her set up for the that finishing move off the top rope with Kieran. The camera moved away from the table. Next thing you know, the table's flat and moved farther away from.
yeah.
Okay, I was like, the referee did that shit.
The table, it's almost like they pre break these tables or something.
If they pre broke that table, it should have went ahead and went through. But she didn't hit that table that hard, coming down on it.
No, it was just getting on the table where it almost broke.
Oh, when she got on it.
Yeah, when she first went onto that table, you could see that little bit of buckle on
Well,
it.
they're not that strong to begin with. Um,
It would have to be able to support the weight
they're
of the
just press.
wrestlers.
They're just press board.
Yeah, it's. I think this table, most of the tables are fine, but this one here just seems really weak.
Now, to me, it should have broke a lot easier than what it did because it just seemed like it just cracked and bent a little bit in, and
Yeah,
then she slid off. And then Valkyrie kind of moved that table out a little bit away from her. But then I was like, that's still too damn close for you to do your finishing move with it. The next thing you know, she does it, and of course it's pushed and laying flat. It's like the referee did that shit because he knew it was too close.
but yeah, it was a good match. And I agree. I do think that Liv will go after Stephanie.
Now
Uh,
she's supposed to show up at Friday. She's supposed to show up on SmackDown,
yeah,
but I just
she is, but
it just doesn't fit for her to go after Jade.
no. But Then again, who's to say that she won't decide on NXT?
I can't see her.
Happened before.
Huh?
That has happened before. It was during the pandemic. Um, well, it was when the pandemic started. It was the year that Charlotte Flair won in 2020. No, that's not right. Charlotte. Yeah, it was 2020. You hearing something?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
No, no. It was Charlotte Flair won in 2020, and Rhea, who was the NXT champion at the time, came out and said, "Hey, I want you. I want you to choose me. Don't go to SmackDown. Don't go to Raw. I want you." And Charlotte did pick Rhea. And Charlotte won the NXT Women's Championship at WrestleMania.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was the WrestleMania where there was no fans.
Okay.
Um, so who's to say that Liv may go after the NXT title?
I don't think they'll write that.
Championship she hasn't had anyway.
Who knows? Who
So
knows?
so if I had won several titles and I won this thing, I would really be considering going after something I hadn't won yet.
But would you look at it as a downgrade?
Well, it could be looked at as a downgrade, but it could also be looked at as a way to elevate that title.
True. And then you have all these NXT folks that are popping in and out, in and out. So yeah, possibility.
Because when Charlotte won that title, she elevated it. When Becky won the title, she elevated it. So why not?
Oh my god. You have mail.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind at all if Liv decides to go after the NXT women's.
Oh,
So oh, and the ending sequence. I don't know if you caught this, but when all three of them were on the apron, Tiffany grabbed Soul to take her to the ring post.
mm-hmm.
Soul tripped and almost fell down.
Oh, I didn't see that.
She
Oh
tripped.
yeah, 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 yeah.
At first, I thought Tiffany was a little rough on her, but it turned out that Soul's shoe actually caught her pant leg. And when she got up, she elbowed Tiffany in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was a receipt because Soul almost threw her off too early.
I don't know. I don't think it. I think it was just one of those, moves that were going to be there. Now Soul going and going to try to do the Soul Snatcher from the edge of the ring is like there's if she does it and hits it, she's going to be eliminating herself.
Yeah,
I mean, there was no way she would not have landed on her back uh, doing that move there.
the only way she would have been able to pull that off is she was able to wrap her leg around the ring post.
Yeah, that would have been
I don't
good.
think that. happening.
I didn't say she couldn't have done it, but that'd have been very, very hard.
It would have
Should have
been,
should have had to practice that, a good bit. But
yeah. And then Liv comes in and does the Oblivion, throws Tiffany out.
we go back, and Liv, of course, wins it, and that high squealing, high squealing laugh thing is starting to get on my nerves. I like Liv,
Yeah,
but that just yeah, it's starting to get on my nerves. But let's go back a little bit when Rhea got eliminated. She looked like she hit that ring apron really hard.
she did. Yes,
Um, I thought maybe might have cracked a rib. She hit so dang hard on it.
she did hit hard. Um, yeah, I went back and watched that a few times. I'm thinking, yeah, that did look like it hurt. I forgot about that one.
But
Um,
I looked for injuries and stuff after this, and I didn't see anything. Where anything was reported on her.
well, there hasn't been anything put out about it, so maybe she's not hurt.
Maybe she's not injured. She may be hurt. She's not injured.
Not injured, right? Yeah. Um, let's see. Is there anything else to cover for the women's? Uh the way that Alexa was eliminated
That was with Charlotte
in nine.
helping her out. Yeah,
So people are thinking that's a mistake because if you notice, when her and Nia were eliminated, only the graphic of Nia being eliminated came up. Nothing for Alexa.
yeah. I kind of looked at that and thought that might have been a botch.
Yeah.
Um, she maybe Charlotte was supposed to grab her, and it just didn't work out that way.
So So would the original plan have been for Charlotte and Alexa to last an hour like Charlotte did
Mm-hmm.
before
Getting
finally?
eliminated
Yeah.
could
Because I
be.
always wondered what would happen if the person who's supposed to win gets eliminated.
Yeah,
Because there have been times where people got eliminated early.
and
Steve
you
Austin,
gotta
96 got eliminated early. Alex Riley got eliminated early when he was supposed to have a big thing with John Cena. Supposedly in 91, when The Undertaker eliminated Bret Hart, Bret was supposed to hold on and stay a little bit longer there. But I haven't been able to get that part confirmed, but I heard that one recently.
well, with a situation like that, just say Liv had got eliminated, and it's like, oh shit, now we got to pull an audible in the ring.
Yeah.
Make it for awkward. And I wonder if they set up stuff like, all right, if this is our choice to win. If something happens, she gets eliminated. This is our go-to for the next. And they could have things in place like that. I would.
I
You know,
remember Bruce Pritchard talking about this on his show. Conrad asked him, "Well, what happens if the person who's supposed to win gets eliminated?" And Bruce said, "Well, here's the thing. Plan A is for this person to win. Plan B, don't f it up." So okay, but people have been eliminated by mistake. And one of these days, I think that the chosen winner, that's going to happen.
Just going to get eliminated by mistake. It's like, oh shit, we got to pull an audible. That's,
There goes our plans for WrestleMania. So, anything else to cover on the women's before we move on? Uh,
no, I think we covered that one pretty good. To me, that the women's match, the women's rumble was better than the men's.
I can definitely see that argument.
It
Uh,
just had a lot more meat and potatoes in it, I guess you'd say. Whether in the men's, it was kind of uh, dry at the beginning and dry in the middle. You know, with
yeah.
certain members coming in, it just kind of seemed like it just killed momentum.
I definitely like the showing of Kiana James, Soruka, Lash Legend, Raquel Rodriguez. These are all newer faces.
And I'm glad they're doing that with Raquel Rodriguez, because I mean she's been kind of one of those that's there, not really doing much other than being a sidekick to somebody else.
Yeah. Well,
So
after getting that constructive criticism from Kevin Nash, really helped her out because he was saying that she when she sells, she needs to sell big, and what he meant by sell big was don't go down all the time. Fight going down. You're the big monster. They can't knock you down so easily. And she
right,
took that, and Kevin is now like she is doing great. So I think that bit right there really helped her out.
it's part of the the craft of it and the playing with your character
Yeah,
and living up to your character's abilities, I guess, or what should be your abilities. I
yeah.
remember back years ago when Big Show was in, could have been WCW, might have been WWE, but he was getting beat by just all these little guys, and like this is just not making any damn sense.
That could have been both of them because that happened in both
Yeah,
companies.
it just don't make any sense for him to get his ass beat by some nobody that's 5 times smaller than you.
He got beat by Ray.
Yeah, but that's a little different than just getting beat by some you know Chad Gable. Oh yeah, we can discuss all that. Yeah.
So, any potential matches do you see coming out of the women's? Because I think we will see Liv and Raquel, um, Asuka and Kyrie. I think down the line we're going to see Charlotte and Alexa, but they may do it in the sort of way of okay, we're friends. Let's just have it out one time.
Yeah, it could be that babyface versus babyface
Yeah.
type. Um, I like Charlotte as a babyface. Um,
To me, I find it weird that she's a babyface because I'm so used to people booing her.
well, you got that like Flair thing. Flair, to my knowledge, is always the bad guy. He was
Yeah.
always a heel.
Let's see. We're definitely gonna get. Well, we're gonna get Maxine and Natty next week on Raw. Um, I'm still waiting on Becky and Jessica Carr. Oh, did you see right what Becky did right before she entered the ring? She had her Intercontinental title. She was going to hand it to the first referee she saw, and it was Jessica. She turned around and handed it to the next guy. So we're
That's
still,
good. That's good storytelling.
yeah, we're still seeing that little thing there.
Yeah, and just little things like that make a big difference down on the grand scheme of things.
Yes. Um, oh, I know we're also going to see the Bella Twins versus Bailey and Lyra because they eliminated the two of them together.
Yeah,
So we're definitely going to see that tag match.
that'll be good. I wouldn't doubt that would be elimination chamber.
Probably, probably wouldn't be surprised. Uh,
I don't think they can push that all the way back to WrestleMania.
mm, I don't know.
It really depends on how much story they got going on.
Well, unless they save the Bella Twins for the tag titles at WrestleMania.
That could work.
Yeah. Um,
Well, let's
I,
jump into the men's.
yeah, I don't really see anything else to talk about the women's. So the men's. My original pick for 1 and 2 was El Grande Americano and El Grande Americano. Didn't get that, but we got the next closest thing with those two guys.
And those two guys, it's eventually going to wind up. I think it's going to be a mask versus mask at WrestleMania.
Yes.
And Von Kaiser's going to get the mask taken off of him.
Yeah. Um, but now having seen how they did this, it made all the sense in the world for Obafemi to come out as number one because the way that they did it with the camera angle and the lighting and how he came out, he looked like a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And then him doing this thing all the way down there. Because I remember us talking about this. Oba gets into the Rumble. Is he going to do that as he's coming down while they're waiting for the next person to come out? And it makes perfect sense. Come out at number one so
Yeah,
that he
because
this.
you ain't got enough time to do that all the way down the ring before the next person's getting called. I was trying to figure out when does the time start, and is it starting as you get announced that you're coming out, or when you step in the ring, then you get your 2
It's
minute thing.
supposed to be buzzer to buzzer. It's supposed to be buzzer to buzzer, but
It's it seemed like, and I timed a couple of them. One of them was like a minute and a half before the next one come out,
I
and
know
there was
days ended up being about 2 minutes.
a couple of them that were way over 2 minutes
Yeah.
um, coming out. So you know, because
Uh,
at one point in time we were talking about, it's like, damn, they seem like they're just one after the other's coming out really fast.
yeah. And then we find out, okay, Gunther comes out last. He lasted just shy of 8 minutes. The Rumble match was 56 minutes, which means Gunther came out at 48 minutes. At 2 minute intervals, it would have been 56 minutes at the buzzer for Gunther. Charlotte Flair lasted 59 minutes. She lasted longer than the entire men's rumble.
So you're saying they did push folks out quicker in the men's division?
Yes, at some point.
That's what I figured. Because it seemed like they wasn't in the ring very long before you got another one coming.
Right. Uh,
So
what did you think of the Braun Breaker thing?
I think, because I had in my mind this is where they're going. They're pushing Braun, and when I find out he's number one, through the whole fiasco thing with Heyman and all. I'm like, well, he's going to last the whole damn time. And
The
then when he comes out at number
there was
two,
graphics showing up with Braun Breaker entering number one.
yeah. And then he shows up at number two and gets jumped. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. So if Braun was originally supposed to be number one, was Oba supposed to be number two?
Possible.
So
But
in that, then that means they would have had to change the whole thing where Braun would have to get attacked in the ring.
maybe this whole accidentally putting him out there as number one was all a work to throw everybody off about it. It's like, well, we know who's going to win. Then Oba shows up. It's like, well, holy shit.
You know, these days you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Have you watched Unreal?
oh yeah,
New, the new season of Unreal.
yeah. I've watched the whole new season.
That was good. That whole Seth
Seth,
Rollins thing was so damn good.
you gotta love that daughter of his.
Yeah.
She goes and tells her teacher he's got a pretend boo boo.
Yeah. You can't tell nobody that.
You don't tell a kid not to say something because that's the first thing that kid's going to do.
Yeah. You can't tell anybody that I got a fake boo.
I love that. That was so funny. Um, I don't know if
I think it's Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul jumped Breaker.
I can definitely buy into that because I don't see what was it, a week ago, 2 weeks, 2 weeks prior, when Logan was the one saying if anybody from the division wins, it needs to be Braun. That is not something Logan Paul would say.
Yeah.
So I can definitely buy into him being the one. I know that his brother's name was thrown out there, but I don't think.
Whoever that was not the same size as his brother.
Oh,
Uh,
there was something familiar about him, though. The guy in the mask. It's the way he moved his head. There's something familiar about that, and I can't nail it down to anybody. You know what I'm talking about?
hmm
It. I've been racking my brain trying to think of who does that, and I can't think of anybody. And Adam Pierce made a good point on Monday night. The last time we had a guy in a mask, it ended up being Austin Theory. So now he's trying to cause dissension in the ranks. Um, but no, I thought that was really good the way that they opened it because I think Braun was the original favorite to win the Rumble. And he's out in 10 seconds.
hmm And then the whole rest of the division's gets eliminated. So it's like, holy shit, there's nobody left. And it was still in there uh, whenever Brock Lesnar showed up, and of course Heyman's walking Brock down.
Yeah,
You know, my nose is like crazy itching, and I don't know why. Ugh.
I,
But
I, I know the feeling. I think Paul came out with Brock because this is most likely Brock's last Rumble.
maybe we'll get Gunther and Brock at WrestleMania for retirement, and he can end Brock's
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, because Brock is from Minneapolis. He was originally from Minneapolis, and that's where SummerSlam is at this year. So I think that's where he's going to go out.
That'd be a good ending for him. And I've always liked Brock. Back in the day.
I
Um,
there was something about him I didn't like.
as far as his character wise, he's a typical hated heel. But from what I've read and everything else, he's actually a really nice guy. Uh, outside of the outside of the wrestling world.
Yeah. Um. So I know that you were saying that the beginning of the Rumble was dry. I actually liked the way that they did it because it showed dominance for Oba.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact of somebody getting in there and he's getting thrown right out, basically. It's like quick eliminations on that.
That's
And
what.
I see, they're wanting to really push over a lot.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, he already made a statement now, so and he made another hell of a statement on Monday night when he beat the crap out of the War Raiders.
yeah, they're really pushing him to the
Yeah.
being this big monster.
I
Which I
th-
mean, he's got the size and all that.
I think Oba and Brock will probably have a match at Mania.
Yeah, I kind of saw that when them two tied up in the Rumble was where they're really not interacting. They're really not clashing with each other too much. I think they're going to wait and then use that at WrestleMania.
Um, I know a lot of people were upset about Rusev being eliminated so early. I can understand that. I can say the same thing about Matt Cardona.
Hmm.
Um, but Matt said even if it was just under a minute, me being in the Rumble was a win. That's a good attitude to have because he had been gone from WWE for 6 years and never thought he'd be able to get back in there.
Oh, what is that guy's name? Um, he did a name change. Uh, big black guy.
Powerhouse Hobbs,
Yeah.
Royal Peas.
When he come out and started, doing some of his move sets, and I mean, he reminded me of a very large junkyard dog. When he did that power slam, I was like, it brought back memories of JYD doing the thump power slam.
Are you talking about holding him and then dropping?
The power slam, where he's like got him in like,
Oh, because I thought you were talking about the world's strongest slam that Mark Henry did.
mm-mm. This is kind of like what Cody does, but he does it real fast.
Oh, okay.
Where he just flips him over and slams him.
Yeah.
But JYD used to pick a guy up, and Butch Reed used to do it too. He used to pick a guy up and carry him for a few minutes and just kind of slam him, land on top of him.
Well, I'm curious to see how he's going to do. Um, for them to debut him in the Rumble says that they have big plans for him.
He looked good. He's got the physique and all that. Just hopefully he can
He
get
did.
on a mic and talk.
His his elimination was kind of weak though.
They need to. I don't know who they're going to put with him to, start a feud if they're going to do something with him. He needs to be against somebody big.
It's not a
Unless they,
big.
unless they, unless they do, with him and Oba kind of together at different times, just eliminating these smaller guys.
You mean like a tag team?
No, like singles, but they put them against jobbers.
Oh, oh,
Um,
um, oh, they haven't done that in a while.
they just have them like almost like a Goldberg type thing. No
Yeah.
matter who they throw in there with him, he just destroys them.
Well, first we got to figure out is he a heel or a face? Because the Saudi crowd had no clue who he was. They did not react to him at all. Saudi crowd had no idea who he was. Um,
I didn't know who he was until he got there, and just the way he moved, it's like, well, this is just a big guy. It's like, what's he going to do? And then some of his move sets, I was like, oh, he looks good.
yeah, well, it's curious to see. I think Olga is going to end up being on Raw. And if he does, the smart move would be to put Royce on SmackDown.
Correct.
Um, Mr. Iguana came into the Rumble.
He annoys me.
I was marking out when he came out. I loved it. The very first time I saw him, I told you he needs to be in the Rumble. And he was.
And he brought that damn puppet with him, and the puppet got eliminated too.
Yep. Hey, they both got choke slammed.
Yes, they did. That was funny.
Um, yeah, when he got choke slammed, he was like the iguana thing. I want to see Mr. Iguana and R-Truth together.
That'd be a hell of a tag team
Or, or a singles match.
against each other.
Yeah,
That'd be a comical match.
exactly. I want to see that.
That'd be entertaining.
Yes. I am a big fan of Mr. Iguana. He is so much fun to watch. And he is a good wrestler. He is so much fun to watch. I am so even if he was in there for 2 minutes, that was one of the best 2 minutes they had in that match.
Yeah, I'd say yeah. It was a good match to me, but it just didn't live up to the women's match to me.
Um, Jabon Evans had a good showing.
This bouncy,
He's bouncy.
he is insane. The hype that he gets on some of his stuff is crazy.
I don't see how he does. He's got to have extra springs in his legs or something.
I wish he'd bulk up just a little bit, not like
We talked about that, but how much can he put on him and it not
he
affect?
really does.
That's the thing. But he's got that height where if he did bulk up, he could be dangerous.
Hmm.
Um,
He was all over the freaking place and lasted a long time.
he was the Iron Man of the match.
Yeah, he lasted a long time. He was.
40 minutes and 58 seconds.
I was expecting him to keep on that high flying stuff and get, knocked off the ring, the corner, or whatever at some point in time.
Well, I got worried for him because I thought that with the way that he does all these bouncies things, he was going to slip and fall to the floor.
Yeah.
And I thought there were a couple times I thought that was going to happen, and early on too. Like he got real reckless.
Hmm.
Um, but no, he did so good. The the height that he got when Jacob Fatu threw him in the air,
Oh my God, yeah.
that was
He would be one of those guys that could leap from a ladder like a Money in the Bank, leap from one ladder and maybe grab a hold of the damn belts on his way down.
no, not the briefcase.
Yeah, the briefcase, not the belt, the briefcase.
He's not going to pull the briefcase. You got to lift it up off the thing there.
Oh, they can do something special with it if they want him to win it.
I would not be surprised at all to see him in the Money in the Bank match this year.
I would definitely say it'd be a travesty for him not to be in it, even if he doesn't win it. Just his move set and all that,
Yeah.
the way he can move, he's got to go in.
Well, he'll definitely do something crazy off the ladder. Um, the two El Grande Americanos. I basically got what I wanted out of that. I would have liked for them to be 1 and 2, but I'm happy with where they would put. Can you hear me? Oh, I'm happy with where they would put. I would have liked to have seen them a little bit longer,
That's me.
but I'm so glad that Chad's back and that they are doing this. The Spider-Man point thing. Um, I'm just happy to see that.
Yeah, I'm ready for this storyline to go farther in this whole Americana thing. I think it's kind of just there for a long time. Now we're actually seeing a little different in that storyline uh,
Well,
building up.
they did a thing on Monday night,
Hmm.
so they're definitely going down that road.
Hmm.
Um, while I would prefer them to be at WrestleMania, I don't know if they're going to want to continue it that far. We might end up seeing them mask versus mask at the Chamber.
I think it should be. I think that's a WrestleMania match. That's something. I mean, they have to build it up a good bit, between now and then. I think you need that time to build that up
So
if they go that route.
what if Chad gets two other guys in a mask
And
and
it's 3 versus 3
they do a 3 versus 3,
at elimination.
well,
Yeah,
anywhere, and the losing team, all three of them have to unmask.
that'd be enough to build up to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You'd have enough time in there to do that.
So does this mean that Chad is going to become a face again?
I think he is because of the way when he stepped out there at Royal Rumble, he was getting cheers.
Yeah. So that means he can't be with American Made anymore. he he did American Alpha, left them and created American Made, and now that he's back as a face, you can't put him back with them. So what if Otis and Tozawa come out in masks?
That would be funny. And
Yes,
join up with Gable.
yes, and
'Cause
it would be like remember when Hulk Hogan was in a mask as Mr. America? It can be just like that.
like, yeah,
It is so obvious these guys are the ones wearing the mask.
that would be funny as hell.
Yes,
I
it would.
would, I would enjoy that. Who are these guys? We know who this. No, we don't. Like, yes, you do.
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
and then
Yeah,
it would give Chad, Otis, and Tozawa a WrestleMania win.
yeah, and they could, and they'd be, the baby face. He'd be back baby face.
Right. And who maybe even have Maxine come out in a mask.
That'd be funny. That'd
Yeah.
be funny. That'd be hilarious.
So they can go in so many different directions with this, but I think that because the one side having the three, Chad has to have two others with him. And if he's
And
coming back face, who better than Otis and Tozawa?
and they could do that at WrestleMania and have Maxine come out as a third or a fourth one to interfere in the match in a mask and cause the other three Americanos to lose. And it's like, you know who in the hell it is.
Yeah,
That'd be a WrestleMania moment there. That'd be funny as hell.
it would be. As long as they didn't do it on the pre-show, I want it on the main show. Um,
That'd be a way to start the damn match. Start the whole night.
the opening match.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Uh,
If you built it all up to that point.
I'm going to disagree with that. I think that should be the second to last match because you got all these other great matches. By the time you get to the end, the fans are getting tired. Send out the clowns.
I can see that.
Um, Cody Rhodes comes out at number 11, and I'm thinking, I do not want Cody to win this.
I didn't think he was going to win anyway because of the whole dropping the title to Drew. I was like, it doesn't make sense storyline wise to drop it and then you're going to get the Rumble win and go on to fight Drew for the title. Like, it just doesn't make.
I thought that's what was going to happen.
Yeah, it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and the night before when on SmackDown he was talking about winning the Rumble a third time, Saudis were booing him like crazy.
Oh, they were on a tangent because after the pre-show, they were just giving Triple H freaking hell.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
Less, they were chanting, "We want Vince."
yeah, Y2J.
Y2J.
What else was it? It was something else.
They were chanting a lot of things at him.
Yeah, it's like, and it's props for him to just keep his focus on the interview that he was doing and ignoring all the nonsense.
Well, he's had these chants at him for many months now, so he's probably used to it by now.
And you
Uh,
got to wonder what's his mind. It's like, fuck these damn people. It's like, fuck it, I'll retire. Somebody else can run this fucking shit. I'll go home and relax.
he could. Um, he's probably got enough money to be able to do that. Just
Oh hell yeah.
yeah.
But
Um,
it's the love of the business. So I think he'll do this until he can't do it no more.
like Vince.
Yeah.
um, go back
See,
to Brock Lesnar.
do we have to?
What? Well, there's a couple spots that I wanna cover on him that we haven't touched on yet, and then we can move on to someone else. The first one is, what did you think of his elimination?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
What did you think of his elimination?
Who eliminated him?
Cody Rhodes and LA Knight. Here's what happened. Jey Uso was coming down. Music's playing, everybody's eating, everybody is looking at Jay. Meanwhile, in the ring, he's fighting against Cody. LA joins in. They clothesline him over the top rope. Half of the arena did not even see the elimination.
Okay, I remember that's why.
Well, the camera caught him being eliminated, but the people in the audience
We're
didn't.
worrying about Jay.
Yes. And we'll get to Jay here in a minute because I got a few things to say about him too. Because um, people are upset about the way that Brock got eliminated because he basically got eliminated like a low to mid card wrestler. Like it was a nothing elimination that he was a nothing wrestler. There was no big reaction. Because for somebody like Brock to get eliminated in every other Rumble, the crowd went crazy. Not this time because everybody was yeeting to Jay. And there are fans that are upset about this. What do you think?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure that Brock had a say so in the elimination. And I think it's probably poor timing, in my opinion. And there it should have been after Jay got in. It's kind of a do it in a spot where you're focused on it, and not where you're focused on something else.
Yeah.
As far as fans go, um, I think I do remember him getting eliminated. I just don't remember how he did it, and it was like, thank God he's out of there.
Yeah, they clotheslined him out. Um, and he didn't really even react. Paul Heyman didn't go crazy. I'm trying to think. Did Paul leave when Brock got eliminated? I think he did because the only one that was left was Logan. Because
Hmm.
Bronson Reed and Austin Theory were already gone. I'll have to watch that again. I think Paul left when Brock left. Uh, I'm not upset about it because not every elimination has to be spectacular.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm dealing with a thing.
We're already at 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah. Jey Uso. I am not liking the running backs.
You on what now? Say that again.
I am not liking the run it back.
Yeah, it's getting annoying.
Yeah.
I would agree. And he's doing it just for that's all Jay really has right now. He's a big crowd favorite, but he's not a top guy to
Right.
me.
And
Um,
to do that in the Rumble, that kind of killed the vibe of it.
yeah, why are you going to do that right in the middle of the Rumble?
Right. Although I will admit, I didn't like the whole thing with him and Roman
Hmm.
because Roman's like, "Hey, let's do it. Okay, let's go!" And boom. See that? That's stupid. Um, I feel bad for Jay. I really do because I think he's good. Um, before before this year, his work on the mic, I thought was really really good when they were in the bloodline, and then when he split off doing his own thing, it's like something happened, and he's not as good as he was on the microphone.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, he went from being really good, did all these different things to now he does nothing but super kicks
He's
and
like mid card now.
and run it back yeet. I am worried that he has now stereotyped himself to the point where he may not be able to come back from.
Well, maybe they get a run with his tag titles and push it, a lot better
That that run might end
situation.
Monday night.
Who are they fighting Monday night?
Otis and Tozawa.
That's true.
Yeah, Otis and Tozawa won the big fatal four way last week. Can you imagine if they win the tag titles? How crazy would that be?
What if tomorrow night or Monday night, excuse me, Monday night they wind up the Americanos come out and interfere and wind up wishful thinking.
Not Americanos, but I can definitely see the Creed brothers coming out. I can see them coming out and costing them. Americanos, that would not make any sense at all. But I would not be at all surprised if Jay turns heel on Jimmy.
God, I don't want to see them at another WrestleMania match. That was one of the worst WrestleMania matches I can in recent years I can remember.
I agree, it was not good. On paper, it seemed like it would be a fantastic match.
Yeah,
But damn, lay off of the super kicks.
yeah. I wonder how many they did in that match. I'd like to go back and watch that and just count how many super kicks it was.
Uh, Good luck. If you do that, count how many Jimmy does, how many Jay does. Not just overall how many each one does.
Right.
Um, I was happy to see the Miz in this one. Um, and happy to see him last more than 30 seconds because he doesn't have the best Rumble record. So I'm happy to see that. Ray Phoenix got fed to Brock Lesnar. Um, let's see. Penta didn't really do anything for me. I was glad to see Randy in a Rumble again. Jacob, I thought, did pretty good. One of the rare times that he wrestled without his shirt on.
Just Google this with AI. Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania 4 resulted in a record-breaking number of super kicks with a total of 62 executed during their match.
62.
62. 62 super kicks in one match. I just Googled Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania. How many super kicks? 62 super kicks. That is insane. How long was the match?
11 minutes.
Oh, let me do the math.
That's what is showing on Wikipedia. 62, 11 minutes. That is an average of 5.6 super kicks a minute.
That's funny.
Wow. Yeah, that is.
Every 12 seconds, at least every 12 seconds, there's a super kick. Every 12 seconds of this match, there's a super kick.
Did they do anything else?
Fall down after the super kick.
Wow. I didn't think it was going to be that high.
Good lord.
Okay, this is AI,
True.
so we need to put the human element into this.
Maybe
Uh,
they're getting information from somebody else who's already done that work.
right now, there's this whole thing about people. It's like everybody is using AI to come up with this bullshit meme of them working. They go to AI and say, create a picture of me working with everything you know about me.
You talking about the cartoonish thing?
Yeah,
Oh, my daughter sent me one. She did one and sent me one. Let's see.
it's all I see on my feed. Nothing but AI crap.
Let me see where it's at. Yeah, here's mine. Hold on.
Oh, you did it too?
No, my daughter did one for me.
Oh, she did it.
Yeah. So it's got me in the martial arts thing, and it's got me as a firefighter, and the paranormal goes together. And it's
Wow.
got a little striper thing down there too. Maybe that looked pretty cool. I should have put something on there, a wrestling podcast too.
It's like everybody jumps on this AI bandwagon, and I'm like, why?
It's it's the new trend. Tomorrow or in about 3 or 4 days, it'll be some other new trend that everybody posts about.
Yeah, it will be. Um, Gunther coming out into the match. I didn't hear a reaction for him. Did you?
I wasn't paying it no mind because I was disappointed in the whole. Oh man, it's Gunther shit. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
No Chris Jericho. Yeah. I just saw a report saying that it was Grayson Waller under the mask.
I saw that too, but I ain't buying it. And the way it sets up, they can put anybody they want to doing the actual thing, but storyline wise, they can throw anybody they want to in there.
I know, but they would have to. They would need to try to make sure that it had the same body build.
So to me, I think it's you know I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go with this storyline.
I don't either.
So
Um,
I'm going to have to cut off pretty soon because I got to call my wife.
okay.
I'll discuss later what's going on.
Okay. But yeah, I thought Gunther coming out was kind of a buzzkill.
It was,
Again, he did just end AJ Styles' career.
and I really thought when he came out, I was like, they're going to let him win this damn thing. After all this, they're going to let him win it. I'm glad they didn't.
But think of the magnitude of that. He he retires Goldberg. He retires John Cena. He retires AJ Styles, wins the Rumble, and wins the world title.
Yeah, that'd have been a hell of a year.
Yeah, I could see that. As long as it's not Cody Rhodes, I do not want Cody Rhodes winning. He just, to me, he doesn't have it.
You're just a hater. I like Cody. I think he's got it all, but it's just the title run is now stale.
Yeah, I like Cody too, but there doesn't seem to be anything original about him anymore. All these moves that he does is someone else's.
Well, they need to. He needs to do that heel turn.
That would make him more exciting. That would make him more exciting. But I'm I'm over him. That's why I didn't want him unless he was still the champion and Roman win and goes after him. I would have liked to have seen that one because now everything is flipped. Instead of Cody chasing Roman for the title, now is Roman chasing Cody for the title.
Well, now you got him and Drew. Their stuff's not over yet.
Oh, absolutely, it's not.
So
Um,
I don't know why they're still. I guess they got to have something for Cody to do, some kind of something in the storyline for him to do.
well, they're
And
talking Cody, Jacob, and Drew at Mania, which means one of them has to win the chamber and the other has to find a way to get into the match.
well, if that's the case, then I'm looking at Cody winning the chamber, and then somehow another Jacob getting in the mix of all of it. Because it would just make more sense. It'd be harder to get Cody to be in there if Jacob wins.
Well, Drew
And
said
you got
there's
to throw in
no match.
do what?
Drew said there's no rematch clause. So Cody has to earn a title shot. And the only two ways to earn it are the Rumble or the Chamber.
Right. So I think Cody will wind up winning it.
Yeah.
However, if they're going to go that route,
Oh, one last Brock Lesnar spot I wanted to touch on. Him and Ilya Dragunov. Dragunov is chopping him over and over and over like crazy. Brock laughs at him, screams in his face, and then grabs him and throws him over the top rope. I thought that was pretty funny.
yeah,
I would like to see those two in a match.
he ain't got much time if you're going to do it. So
No, but if there's somebody who is small that can really take it to Brock, it would be him. Because he's the little guy who would not give up. Um,
I really thought, once Roman come out and he was the last of the four, I was like, well, it's going to be Roman. So I just can't see
who
it going the other direction.
who did you originally pick to win the Rumble?
I thought LA Knight or Logan Paul.
Logan?
Yeah. Not from the very beginning, but after you got the last four, it's like, or you
Oh,
got the last, you got down towards the end.
I'm talking about before we even went into Saturday.
I don't think I had a pick. Really quite sure where they were going, but I really didn't think about it a whole lot on who I thought might win at the end of it. Um, but once Roman came out, it's like, well, there's your guy. They're going to put Roman back in there.
I was pulling for LA Knight.
I
E-
like seeing that right now.
Yeah, even before they started announcing participants, my pick was LA Knight, and I was quite disappointed when he got eliminated.
You know,
You know,
you were talking about Penta earlier. I'm really enjoying Penta. He's becoming one of my favorites.
I like Penta, but I don't think he really showed out at the Rumble this year. But, but to be fair, he wasn't in there for very long to begin with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm really enjoying his whole persona.
I love his
And
entrance.
yeah,
When he does this thing, it was on his second appearance where they had it perfect. When the flames came out, it looked like it was coming out of his arms. They had not been able to quite nail that angle since that time, but it's been close. But that second, his second entrance, they had it spot on perfect.
you know, not to change the topic there, but did you notice at Raw? Did you get to watch Raw?
Yes, I did.
They changed Stephanie's damn theme music.
I didn't catch it at the time. I read about it later.
It's freaking garbage.
Yeah, it. Yeah, I heard a lot of people don't like. I haven't gone back to listen to it.
It's
Uh,
freaking garbage. When I heard it coming, I was like, "What the hell is this?" And every minute I was like, "Oh, this is trash."
these days, I don't even know entrance music except for a very select few.
Yeah,
Um,
it just
and
doesn't have a catch to it.
well, from what I read, Stephanie went to Shawn Michaels and said, "Hey, talk to Triple H. I don't want to change my music," and it still ended up happening. I don't know if that's true or not, but I read that that's what she did.
I remember her fighting to keep her old music, and they wanted to change it, and she kept it. Now I don't know what happened with it. It's like, you know, they need to go back to the old music just because it sucks.
I'll have to go back and listen to it. Oh, and another elimination. What'd you think of how Cody was eliminated?
That was storyline stuff there. Drew coming out and kicking him in the head, and knocking him to the floor.
Yeah, I liked it too. It's just that Drew was just a little slow.
Yeah, and I don't understand why. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me storyline to have Drew's got the title. You know, he's done with Cody. Cody's, I guess, to make sure Cody doesn't win the
Right.
Rumble and come after him. I guess that's which way they're going with it.
Yeah, that's the whole reason.
Yeah,
So Cody doesn't get the rematch, but
I feel there's probably going to be at the Elimination Chamber. They'll have something. Drew will pop in
yeah,
when Cody's trying to go in or something.
I'm very sure that Cody will end up winning the chamber. So that leads to another question. We're gonna have six wrestlers in the chamber. We already know that Roman Reigns is challenging CM Punk for the world title. That's the way to elevate that title because to me, that title doesn't mean anything still because they had to create that because Roman had the other two. So, in my opinion, that world title still has not really been established yet. And I think with Roman coming in, I think that's going to help it big time.
Well, I hope that Punk keeps the title
We'll
at
see.
WrestleMania.
We'll see. So, and Liv will probably go after Stephanie. So that now leaves Jade and Drew Who's going to win the chambers? Who's going to go after them
Somewhat between
for the chamber? I think Cody, Jacob, they might throw Javon in there in the chamber. Maybe Braun.
Braun's going to be in the chamber.
Um,
Braun, Jacob, and Cody going to be three. Uh, do you throw LA Knight? Do you throw Gunther in there?
yeah. If you put too many big names in there,
You don't have anybody for single titles.
well, I was thinking Trick Williams.
Oba
Oh, that'd
or
be
too quick or too quick.
no, maybe not Oba. I don't think they would want him to lose to get pinned that quick. Maybe not Oba. Penta.
Penta would be good in
Yeah, could put Penta in there. Maybe Randy Orton because he is chasing number 15.
there. Maybe they can put Mr. Iguana in there.
Watch somebody take that puppet of his and throw it between the chains to where he can't go get it anymore. He spends the rest of the match trying to get through there. Um, for the women's, I can see Raquel being in it. Let's see.
Bliss, Flair,
Natty.
Natty.
They might throw Lash in there.
Yeah.
Uh,
There'll be a surprise one, I think, in women's.
maybe Bianca returns.
They're going to throw somebody.
Bianca returns and she wins the chamber and she goes after Jade.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Because she's all upset about Jade being a heel.
Yeah.
So, okay. What grade would you give this year's Rumble?
I'll give it an A. Just a flat out A. Not an A plus, not an A minus.
I was thinking B.
B. Maybe an A minus.
Yeah. I,
Maybe down one.
I'm thinking B because the hype going in, especially with them being notorious for surprises, and the surprises were kind of a letdown.
Yeah, you make me change. The B plus.
I just love it when I give you my reason. It's like, yeah, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, you're right. B plus.
I love it. Yeah, I'm going B on this. Still a good event, but I don't know. I loved seeing some of the new things that they tried, especially with Charlotte and Alexa at the beginning. I absolutely love that.
They've got a lot of work to do between now and next year to really push that WrestleMania and Saudi to the top.
Oh, they're already working on it.
So, I mean,
They offered a huge, huge amount of money to be there.
yeah,
And I'm pretty sure that Steve Austin has and everyone else.
yeah.
All right, so when are we doing our next show?
I don't know. I have to hit you up. I can't tell you right now because there's some family things that are coming up unexpectedly.
Ah,
The discussion we had the other day,
yeah.
yeah, that happened. So, yeah, the next few days are going to be unsure about my schedule.
I'll tell you what. Hit me up next week sometime. and we'll just go from there. We won't worry about a show this weekend.
Yeah, probably not a good time.
Okay. All right. Well, 2 hours and 41 minutes.
And this is just a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's a good thing we did not plan on when we were originally going to do this.
And WrestleMania is going to be, we're going to have to do it, two shows. Can't do both of them at one night, one podcast. No way.
I think that's how we were doing it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we started doing after we started reviewing night one before night two.
Yeah. We definitely got to do that again.
Yeah,
So,
I hear a lot of things clattering.
that's my cat.
Your cat's making that noise?
Yeah, I got these on, so it picks up, a gnat fart.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too. All right. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and cut off. Everybody, thank you for playing along. Um, those that did.
And if you're watching the replay, don't forget to watch our other shows. We got a lot of them on YouTube and your other social media outlets to look up some of the old.
Let me grab the YouTube. Okay,
What
this
episode is this? Do you have
this
any
is
idea?
episode 60.
60. Wow, number 60.
Yeah. In about 3 years, we'll hit episode 100.
I wish our schedule was, especially my schedule was different, to where we could have a set time every week. It'd be awesome.
Life happens.
So
Life happened. Hey, my schedule hadn't exactly been friendly either. So
maybe when I retire in a few years from the fire department, I'll be able to. Who am I kidding? My life's going to be busy till I'm 6 feet in.
hopefully, we're still doing a show by then.
Yeah, I plan on it.
Let's try. Let's at least get to 100. Let's at least get to 100 episodes.
I ain't planning on going nowhere anytime soon.
Good. All right. Well, we will plan on another episode whenever, hopefully before Elimination Chamber, which I think is at the end of the month.
Yeah, we'll definitely do one before Elimination Chamber. Do a pre show for that.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody be safe out there. Um, and we will see you whenever we come on next time. When we figure that out.
Y'all have a good one. Stay safe and warm.
All right. You too. Good night, everybody.
Night.